Now, I'm an American, and as an American, I require high-class fancy desserts. The problem is they don't sell those fancy little ice cream rolls dipped in chocolate anymore. And now, if I really want something fancy, I have to go to the Dairy Queen and get it, or import it in from some fancy, mythical, faraway place like Italy. What am I to do if I want an American, fancy, classic dessert? Go to Italy and get me some coffee dip snack cakes? Nah, we're going to make it here. We are going to use American products and make American desserts, and we are going to fancify them, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to make some tiramisu, but we're going to take out all that fancy Italian crap and make it American. Now we are going to work on our whipped topping. The first thing we're going to need for the whipped topping is a simple syrup. But, because this is an American simple syrup, we are going to spice things up a bit and flavor everything. So in this here container, I done got about 1 cup or so of my refreshing malted beverage of choice. Be sure to use something American, none of that Sapporo or Corona stuff. Strictly American. We're going to put that here in the saucepan, or frying cup as I call it. Get the heat going to low medium. We don't necessarily want this to, explode in our face or nothing, but we want it to done cook. Especially cook out the bubbles, because I probably should have just let it go flat, but nobody likes flat malted beverages. To this, to go with the simple syrup, I'm going to throw in about a half cup of sugar. It's going to explode, so be careful when you do that. And then we are just going to mix it up until it is all dissolved. And then we're going to let this cook down for a bit. Maybe it'll calm its behind in the process too. Dust the process. In the meanwhile, you don't need to watch all this here boring stuff. Let's fast forward through the use of moving magic to our next step. Alright, our syrup's completed. It's over here, syrup. Now we're going to finish up our whipping topping. I got some whipping cream over here. We're just going to pour some of it in. I don't know how much we're going to need really, but we'll do about that much of it. And then maybe if I can record and mix, we'll do that. So I'll have a mixer that I'm going to turn on. Then we're just going to gently whoop this, but not on camera. Not on camera at all. Loud noises. I'm gonna add the syrup here momentarily. More loud noises. Ah! I done whooped it too much. Done whooped it if it is my red-headed stepchild. So we're gonna wing some things and maybe make it a buttercream or something. I don't know. I ruined it. Alright, now we're going to take care of our delicacy itself now that I ruined the frosting. Tiramisu is relatively simple because you just take your cake, dip it in coffee, and bam! You gussy it up and you have a dessert. This is America. So what I found was a Twinkie. Run-of-the-mill Twinkie. Over here is our malted beverage, much like the one we used to ruin the whipped topping. So we're going to give a quick, oh that's too much, dunk of our Hostess snack and just plop it in there. Same thing over and over again. Again, we are not soaking, we are just giving it a quick dip. If you soak it, it falls apart. I'm noticing this already because I've dipped some things entirely too long here. Oh no. Let's do this one. Alright. We're gonna gussy this here next step up now. Alright. Now we got this here gussied up and smoothed over a wee bit. I'm now gonna pop it in the fridge to let it set up for a bit, and then we will finish our decoratings. Alright. Things have been setting. It's time to get a dustering because all tiramisu have a dusting on the top of it. Traditionally, it's some fancy smanchy Italian. Yeah, that's right. You know I'm talking about the Italian fancies, so you're out here now, Cat. That's right, the cat agrees with me. We're not doing any of that fancy espresso powder. We're doing this American style. Since we're using beer, we're going to make this a touch on the savory side, almost like a Bloody Mary, if you will. Anyway, we do need powdered sugar, because, you know, tiramisu topping needs to be a little bit sweet. Yeah? Sweet stuff? It's cobs. You love some cobs, don't you? Cobs. Daddy's talking to himself again, so she has to come and see what's up. Now we're just going to do light dustings of everything else. Got a little bit of garlic powder. 2 dashes paprika. And because I'm a sadistic bastard, 1 dash chili powder. And an Alton Brown sprinkling of salt. I'm going to pop those up together. We're going to get the sifting ready, get some of these lumps here out, and then we are going to dust it on our tiramisu. Oh, look at that. Let's go eat us some. Well, time to see the proof in the pudding. Got my tiramisu right here. I probably should have done things like froze it or something to maintain its shape, or maybe I dipped it too much. Don't know. Not a real chef. I'm just some guy on the YouTubes sitting in his living room doing stuff with beer soaked Twinkies. So let's give this a try, shall we? Buttercream crust here. A little bit of the actual home. It's I think the garlic might have been a bad idea, that one. It's interesting. It's interesting. Surprisingly not gross. All right, we're just going to skip the accent on this here thing. Surprisingly not gross. I mean, it's not good. Let's make no mistakes about this. It's not good, but it's not like gag reflexy. And I mentioned before that I really kind of screwed up the whipped cream. That is because I put it in a food processor and whipped it way too fast, way too much. So it basically became closer to butter. I don't know, you tell that from the original footage of that. But really, outside of this not being like 100% gross, really I think the biggest surprise is somehow I made beer butter. That is my biggest takeaway. Biggest takeaway out of this is that I've somehow made beer butter, and it actually somewhat turned out. So I'm just going to be like taking out like another 5 years off my life by mixing beer and butter together. But it's surprisingly not horrible, actually, overall. Bad outside of the accent. The accent was pretty bad. So yeah, I mean, maybe if did better on the frosting, it'd be a little bit different. But surprisingly, kind of quasi success. I mean, granted, the recipe it's the base isn't that hard. It's just soak your Twinkies in beer. Okay, don't soak them, just dip them. But well, so that was interesting. Maybe we live in interesting times. Got dust in my eye somehow off this, which is lucky that it's chili powder and whatnot. But if you want to help out with my experiments, I got a whole bunch of links below. Social media stuff to keep up to date on things, my podcast. Got, yeah, links to the other YouTube channels. I mean, this is an entire series, of course. If you want to help out, get me ingredients, because Lord knows I buy a bunch of random stuff and ruin the kitchen and make the wife angry with me. I have links to the Patreon below where you can get all the videos early, plus other like weekly goodies as well, off that stuff. So thank you all for listening and watching, and however you do your cast consumption. I'm going to finish off this here little plate. Hide this from the wife until I force it on her. I'll see you guys next time. Amen.